This is the Iron Trader. Now, this is the last call of the week, so we're going to review crude oil here and natural gas. Now, just a heads up here, the weekend edition is going to be all about big oil. Your Exxon, Mobil, Chevron, Schlumberger, Phillips 66, every kind of an oil company we're going to take a look at. We're also going to look at the XLE, which is the big oil ETF. So if you bleed oil, like I do, you might want to check it out. All right, let's take a look here on crude oil and natural gas. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell a stock, commodity, ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, your daily, your weekly, and your monthly chart. Now, let's just see what we did here today, okay? So just a quick review. We had a nice sell down, okay, series of lower highs and lower lows, came all the way down, and then we made this bottoming tail, but it was also an indecision candle, okay? When you see a long tail like that, and then you just see like a little cross situation, the decision is, should I go long or short kind of, but what you do is you wait for the next day's candle. Obviously, once it makes a higher high, and that's when you want to basically go long. Now, I went right into that 50 SMA here, but you can just see the potential of series of higher highs, okay? So what we did here is you look at the bottom of that candle, well, you just come right across, okay? So there's your support levels, see? Right across. You just shoot it right across. That was your key support level. So now it held it very nicely. All right, so then what it did, it rallied up here, got above the 50-day, and then what I pointed out here, let me just show you real quick, is a possible bear flag situation into the 21-day. Just like we had here, see, this was a bear flag situation, then it had a nice big red candle. Now, you didn't want to, you knew this was going to be a nice bear flag because you look at the high of this candle, 71.96. Then we look at the high of this candle, you're looking at 72.60. So you had a lower high. Once you have that and that shoots down and shoots below that, the bottom of this candle here, then what you have is that's obviously a nice big good bear flag leading to the downside. Then she rallied on up. Now we had a possibility, but again, once you get above this candle at 74.52, that bear flag is negated, and then obviously she went higher. Okay, so that's the kind of situation we had. Now we got a nice series of higher highs and higher lows. But we ran into some, pretty good sized resistance. Now, today, if you watched the video this morning, I was pointing out that you needed to hold basically half of this candle. So when you look to the bottom of this candle, you have 75.52. So that was a nice, good support level, and obviously it held it. If not, we just follow these candles all the way on down until you get down to your key support levels, which your 21, your 8, and your 50 SMA. But it rallied on up here. Now, again, we have another indecision candle because where did it go? Okay, first of all, if you look here on the weekly chart, where did it go? Right into that 50. This is why you trade the charts. You know where it goes. It gives you a roadmap. People say, oh, it's after the fact. That's all bullshit. I can tell you exactly when we were down here where this was going to go. If this breaks this support level here, resistance level, then that is going to be the target. And that's exactly where she goes. So upside here, we have to watch when the futures open on Sunday night or Monday, however you trade. We always want to watch, this will be the previous day candle. So you want to watch the high at 77.29, the low of 75.93, and then your close of 76.61. That is what you want to watch, okay? So again, if you can get above that key 77.29, then we'll look over to the 50-day at 77.35. Then we look to the 77.42. That's going to be key level. That is your 200-day. So this here 50-day and that 200-day, crucial levels of resistance. Then what we do here, if you can get above, then we come right up here. What you have is you have 78.14. Okay, that'll be your next level. Then we have 78.26. Okay, those are very, very key levels. But the big time one is going to be right here, is going to be this 78.31. Because you can see where when this rolled over, look at that big ass red candle, went right into it, but could not do it. Okay, could not came down, but held that key support level. So that is going to be key level here, is going to be at 78.31. And then right above it, you have 78.41. And then we have a retest there of 79.29. Now, if we look on a monthly chart here, which we happen to have, again, if you can get above, then we do is we look at this key 8 SMA here. So you're looking at 79.61. That would be the next resistance here above your 79.29. And then we look to your 21 day at 81.10. Okay, so those would be key. Now, if you look at this chart here, you can see where that 8 SMA here. Now, again, this is a monthly chart, so it's going to be very, very strong resistance if you can get above that key 79.29 here. Okay, so just quick review on the upside. Watch today's high. Very, very key. That's 79.29. Very, very key. If you can get above, then we look at that 77.35. You look at this 77.42. Very, very crucial, okay? And then we can follow the candles up. You have that 78.14. We have 78.26. And then what we have here is we have that 78.31. This is going to be big time resistance also. And then we have 78.41, and then you retest 79.29. Now, if the price can break above all this, it's going to need something big to do, a catalyst to break above all that. Then we can come up to your 8 SMA here, which at 79.61, and then we have 81.10. Okay, so that is going to be very, very clear here on the old upside. Now, on the downside, what you want to do is we want to watch the bottom of today's candle, which is 75.93, and then we'll come over to this candle, which is basically 75.52. If that is lost, we'll come to there at 75.16. And then we start getting into the key support levels, your 21 day, 74.66, your 8 SMA, 74.45. And then right here, this 8 SMA can be very crucial at 74.02. Right below that, you have 73.40, okay, your 50 day. So that is going to be all your very, very key support. So you got big resistance here, your 50, your 200 day, your 21 day, your 100 day, and then your retest above. But the same as the down, okay? You look at your key support is you have your 21 SMA here. We have your 8 SMA. We have another 8 SMA here on your weekly. And then we have the 50 day at 73.40. Again, if that's lost, then we follow the candles down. You have 73.23. We have 72.38. You have 71.79, and then we have a nice retest here of 71.40. Obviously, if that is lost, then we'll come to the bottom of that candle at 70.50, which is basically your price channel. Now, you can see how nicely these price channels here are moving up. See this? Nice. That's what you want to see if you want to go bullish. The problem is you're going to see a lot of resistance. So look at your RSI. That's plenty of room to run on the upside or down. This here now, your green is above your red. That's showing me that's the momentum. Okay, that's key. This is the one I've been waiting on here for a big time momentum. So they're still kissing here. The green is not above that red yet, but she might get in close. RSI, plenty of room to run. Plenty of room here to run here on your monthly chart. This is still bearish here as far as your month to go. Your green is below your red. Okay, so really easy. Really, when the futures open there at 6 or Monday, again, however you trade, just watch today's candle. That is going to be very, very crucial right here. Your high, your low, your closing. Above, you got your 50 day, your 200 day, your 21 day, your 100 day, and then your retest. Downside, very, very easy. You have your 21 day, your 8 day right here on your weekly chart, and your 50 day. So you got good support up and down. Now, again, this could do some sideways action. Just don't have to see how it's all going to shake out here. But you're going to need a catalyst here for this here to ram up, or if it's going to be selling down here. Now, again, you're coming into seasonality here now where you can take that long trade and you can run it up into Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and then Labor Day, and even hurricane season, which starts September all the way to the end of September. Then we decide basically at the end of September, you can sell your position. And then what you can do is I always go short at the end of September till the first week of December. That's your seasonality trade. And then long the first week of December into the first couple days of January. So that's what we have on the old crude ski today. Now, let's take a look at natty gas. All right, first on natty gas, you got your hourly and your 4-hour chart here. Okay, you can just see series, lower highs, lower lows, not really good. So basically, you made a new low at 1.81. Now, I'll show you on the other chart when we get exactly where it can go once this is lost, or if it's going to be lost here. So right now here, you got a basically like a double bottom situation, if this candle will hold here. That's going to be the key. That's at 1.82. So you got 1.81 and then 1.82. So that is a possible double bottom. And then you could run all the way up here to this 1.88, maybe 1.19, and maybe on higher. But right now, it has to prove it to me before we can do it. Okay. Now, I scalped KOLD there, and I got 3 points out of that today. That was working really good. I didn't scalp anything else here. I just didn't really feel confident here on the long. Oil was a lot better trade. Tesla was a really good trade. TQQ was a trade. Microsoft, NVIDIA, Google, Netflix, all that was way better than trying to risk something here on the old natty gas. Okay, so then we have your 4-hour chart here. The key is going to be holding this price channel. Okay, 1.817. If you can hold that, well, then we have to look up here to your 8, 1.86. We look at your 21-day, 1.94, your 50-day at 2.02, and then your big retest here is the price channel at 2.10. The key is getting back above this 2.16. There's your gap. There's your fill. That's what you need to get above. All right, let's take a look here now on a daily chart. Okay, here's a daily chart, yearly thing. Okay, so basically what we had here is you had a real nice double top situation. Okay, so you had your high of 3.39. You retested it at 3.37, and then down she came. Okay, now this wet and wild stuff, this was the contract roll, and then ever since then, she just right off the old cliff. Okay, so bottom line, what you really need to do is you need to hold this 1.81. Now, when we get to the weekly and the monthly, or the weekly and monthly charts, I'll show you exactly where it's going to go if that 1.81 is lost. But reality is you have to get back above this 8 SMA. See this? See how that works itself right on down? When you get that price below it, just like we had here, okay, it's just fighting it the whole way until we can get back above. Now we're below, so you have to get back above this 8 SMA here. Now, if you can, then you can just take the candles all the way up. So you got 1.95, you have 1.99, you have 2.04, but this is the big boy right here that you need to go, 2.16. This is where you have to get above. If you can get eventually above that 8 SMA, this is the key. Then what you do is there's your gap. Bottom here is your fill, sitting at, where are we at there? Yeah, 2.42. So 2.16, 2.42. There's your gap, and there's your fill. Now, there's a lot of resistance in between. Okay, 2.23, 2.27, 2.29. I go through the same thing every day. 2.31, 2.32. Because natural gas here is basically just pathetic. Okay, then we can go back to 2.38, 2.41, and then you hit that gap fill. Okay, but bottom line, everything is going to be based on getting back above that 8 SMA, and you know, if you go lower than 1.81, then she's obviously going to go lower. Now, here we have your RSI here. Well, you're way on the bottom here. We had, I thought, a possible divergence where you had a low, you had even lower here, but you had a high. But with that contract roll, that kind of screws that all right on up. But bottom line here, the momentum, look at your MACD. Right in the toilet. There's just nothing there. All right, let's take a look here now on a weekly and a monthly. Okay. Here we have the old weekly chart. Now, again, this was the key level here, 1.946. That was holding up pretty good, but now you can see that's obviously lost. You have to get back above that. That is going to be key, okay? So when you look here on a monthly chart, bigger up a little bit. Okay, see, when you put the price channels in, click them in. See, your top is 10.02. It's going to be a miracle to get way back up there. But right now here, you got 1.94. You need to get back above that 1.94, okay? So today when you have a low of 1.81, if that is lost, man, you're just basically just circling the drain all the way down. So what we do is we just follow the candles all the way down. So what is the next in line? It's going to be 1.795. So just look right up here when you take on your candles, okay? So you have 1.795. And then we can come to the left of the chart. You have 1.64, we have 1.60, and then we just keep on following this here, 1.52, and then basically 1.44. That is the key right there, okay? So if this keeps selling and loses that 1.81, this is your big target right here. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be, but I say that is going to be your target. Follow the candles all down until you would actually hit that. So when we look at the RSI here on the weekly, there's just nothing. There's no divergence. There's nothing. It's just going down. This here, momentum, green below the red, nothing. We have here on your monthly, you got no momentum. You got nothing. This is just going right on down how it looks. So now when the futures open here, bottom line on Sunday night there or Monday, however you trade, watch that today's low at 1.81. That is going to be key. And then you need to close back above that 8-day at $2 for that to go higher. So for me, I'm scalping this. I didn't scalp any long today. I usually do the UNG or the Boyle. I didn't scalp any long, but I did scalp that KOLD, and that was a good trade until we can find an actual bottom. Then you can take like on a long side. However, now just remember, if we have an El Nino winter, we have a real hot summer, natural gas will rip much higher because everybody here and all these power plants now are really focused there on natural gas because coal, not in my back, coal's dirty, can't have coal, okay? Nuclear, not in my backyard. So what is left? Wind and solar really now are about 18, 19% of the market, but they're not dependable, especially in different areas. You can't depend, like where I am, sometimes we don't have any wind, okay? And we get winters here that, your solar is covered with snow, so you're not going to get no juice out of that. So your natural gas is the key here. But really what sent this right into tailspin, as I'll say it again, is basically when they put a hold on these LNG, okay? They closed down 13 pipelines, which are in the process. They don't want you to ship out the LNG. So it's really putting a real damper on natural gas here. So it's coming right on down. Now, again, if that can turn, what I'm saying? We have some kind of a catalyst, then we can get natural gas here rip back up. But other than that here, it's just a trading range, long, short, until you can find something that's in juice. Okay, now this weekend edition again, I'm going to go through all the big oil companies. And then Sunday night, I always put a video out here on crude oil and natural gas here, usually around 7 o'clock at night here. Now the Super Bowl is going to be on here, so might be a little bit earlier, might be a little bit later. We've got to see how that all going to shake out. But I'll have something for you, don't worry, so you get all set up there for Monday. All right, hope everybody has a great weekend, and thanks for watching.